Hello, friends. Megan Elizabeth here from ByMeganElizabeth.com, founder, creator, She Makes Club, here to put on Jesus. We're on day 44, and this is surgery week. So I really need to put on a whole lot of Jesus as I'm coming into this. I have a little bit of fear, and I know God does not want me to fear, but I'm trusting Him. So I thought, I'm a big one for what you wear. I thought I'd find some of my stickers that I have. I know there's like fun little fashionista type stickers, but I wanted to cut out some strips that I can write on. I don't know, going into this, I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to write this out, but I know I wanted the colors to kind of go together. I still have this blue arrow, and I want it to kind of point to putting on the whole armor of God, which it gives you a little glimpse of that, Ephesians 6, if you want to look up the whole armor of God. But it says, be strengthened by the Lord and by His vast strength. Put on the full armor of God so that you can stand against the tactics of the devil. And sometimes I feel like when the devil attacks our health or our finances or our family, it can be really, really hard not to fear, coming from personal experience. I'm not here to tell you that I have this all figured out, by the way. I am no expert in this. I'm just reflecting on what I know is God's truth, and I'm gearing up for battle going into this week. I didn't want this surgery. I believed I wasn't going to have it, that God was just going to heal and restore every aspect of my body as we went through. And I know God is still good. I know He is still faithful in exactly the same way that I knew we stood in prayer believing God could heal my sister Erin. His answer and choice wasn't to do that thing, but that doesn't mean He's not still good or that I can't still trust Him. You see, even when we come to God asking for things and believing with our whole heart, ask and it shall be given, seek and ye shall find, or, so many other verses that say when you come in prayer, believe with faith and it shall be done to you or for you. It doesn't mean that God's answer is always going to be the way we want it to be, but that He still wants us to come with full faith, believing Him, trusting Him, and aligning with Him. Your will be done. And His will for us while here on earth is to put on His whole armor. So I have this little strip I printed out, and it's the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, feet prepared with the gospel, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of truth, or the sword of the Spirit, rather. It's the belt of truth. It's the sword of the Spirit. I don't know why my brain went somewhere else. And then I'm using these different stickers. I love it. Like this t-shirt says, I speak couture. Like there's nothing more couture than the whole armor of God, let me just say. Designed just for us to go to battle. So I just wanted to take these different aspects and elements of what this armor we can put on looks like. I have necklaces and scarves and shoes and a watch. We're not necessarily gearing up every day, but we need to mentally gear up every day with this armor of God. It says in Psalm 7 verse 10, my shield is with God who saves the upright in heart. And I love Ephesians 6:12 because I think this sums up so much that we battle against, especially when we're facing real things here on earth that feel like, God, how in the world is this my life? Here's what Ephesians 6:12 says. For our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this world of darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavens. I'm not sure exactly which version of scripture that is. It's a little different than how I know that verse, but I'm just reading it directly out of the devotional today. I love this prayer too. It says, Lord, thank you for the gift of your mighty armor. I love knowing that I can walk and live every day within the safety of your full protection in ways that repel the enemy and lead me to victory. And that is the truth. Our promises are not all necessarily here on this side of heaven. That doesn't mean God doesn't want us to see the fullness of his goodness in the land of the living on this side of heaven. He sometimes gives us things that we would not have chosen on our own or would have asked him to remove. But the thing is, as I'm actually really developing and working on an entire prayer guide right now, and one of the things that God has really laid on my heart as I'm going through it is praying and aligning with his will. What did Jesus pray? Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. It is who God is first and foremost. Our Father in heaven, creator of all that is. Thy kingdom come and thy will be done on earth as in heaven. We are to be aligning with his will and in agreement with what his will is, not our own. And we may not always understand his will, but that he is still good. We ask him to give us the provisions, give us this day our daily bread. Give us the provision, give us the grace. His grace is sufficient for today. Deliver us from evil, protect us, right? There's so much more to that. I talk a lot about it in this prayer guide that's coming up. If you want to know about it, make sure you get on my mailing list or come join us inside She Makes Club. I'm going to talk a lot more about that. But as I'm gearing up for this surgery and as I'm reflecting on this today, what can I wear today? What am I putting on? I hope it's a whole lot of God's grace, his faithfulness, his truth. And that no matter what the outcome, able to give God the glory and continue to trust his goodness and his faithfulness, which will not fail. May not get the answer we want on this side of heaven, but it will not fail for eternity for those who love and trust him. He works it all together for your good, for those who love and trust him. This was a hard one for me to do today. I'm not going to lie, but I'm really thankful that you're here. I hope that it encourages you and inspires you. I will give you updates on surgery. We're going into it. Here we go. Come join us inside She Makes Club. Already mentioned it, but if not, just give us a like, a thumbs up, a share, subscribe. Enjoy the moments, friends. See you soon. Bye-bye.